The Grand Valley Auto Sports Desk, sponsored by Grand Valley Auto.
Welcome back to the Final Whistle, the final say on the sports week on the Western Slope. Garrett Brown back with you for about 15 odd minutes. I'm guessing it's going to be about 15 minutes, but they probably are going to be odd as well, full disclosure. We'll follow us fully here, so it's only right to start the show off. And with what went down on the college football fields, Colorado Mesa Mavericks football was looking to shake off a loss last week, where they let the reigning conference champion CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves get away with a win, where some late mistakes proved costly for the Mavericks. This week, they would be up against another tough assignment when the Mavs had to hit the road for the Panhandle of Nebraska to take on the Chadron State Eagles, who just a week ago were able to roll into Golden and knocked off Colorado Mines. Would the Mavs be able to get back on track, or would the Eagles rattle off a third win in a row for the first time for the program since 2019? CMU looking to sustain a drive early on. At a little past midfield, they're actually going to elect to go for it here on a fourth down, 4th and 3 to be precise, and they know exactly who to give it to. They put it in the hands of Aiden Taylor and get out of the way. Taylor breaks into the second level to keep the Mavs moving, but ultimately, CMU would get no points out of this opening possession. Chadron, meanwhile, well, they didn't take a ton of time to get points on the board. They're known for their rushing game, but the Eagles QB, Aiden Thompson, showing off the arm. He finds Roland George III for the first score of the game, and CMU finds themselves trailing. CMU's offense still not able to get points off the Chadron defense. Let's flip that script. A botch snap by the Chadron offense. Noah Williams, the CMU linebacker out of Broomfield, is the one who falls on it for the first points of the afternoon, and after the PAT, we're all tied up at 7. Later on, an Eagles field goal would put them up 10-7, and this is what I was talking about with Thompson, cutting his way through the Mavs defense before finally finding some room to run. He takes off down that left sideline before getting pushed just out of bounds a little before the end zone, and the Eagles running back Quincy Riker takes it the rest of the way in, punching it in for them to go up 17-7 on CMU and hold that lead at the half. At the start of the second half, the Eagles, well, they were able to pick up right where they left off. Thompson getting to do damage again with that arm of his. This time, it's Tommy Thomas on the corner post route, getting about as open in the end zone as you can for the easy score. Eagles beginning to run away with this one. They go up 24-7. Mavericks needing a spark later on in the ballgame. They make the move to take out the starting quarterback Liu Amavai and insert number 18 Cole Hansen, the transfer out of Minot State. Man in motion here for the Mavericks, and that's who they give it to. That's the receiver Bryson Brown on the end around. We saw him make a big touchdown catch last year down the stretch, or last week rather, against CSU Pueblo. This time this is technically ruled a rush, but either way, big yardage for number 9, 75 of them to be precise. Touchdown Mavericks, they get their first offensive points of the game. Another flashback from last week, Gibson Leaf Green coming up with another big turnover down the stretch for CMU for the second week in a row. This time picking off Thompson, Mavericks get the ball back. Later, Mavs down at the goal line, and they punch it in with Aiden Taylor, powering the ball in. And don't look now, but all of a sudden, the Mavericks have themselves a pulse, down 11. Mavericks back on offense, looking to once again get down the field, but the Mavs make a major miscue down the stretch once again. Hansen looking for the home run, but the Eagles have Brown blanketed by double coverage, and that gets picked off. Credit to the Mavericks offense, though. They weren't shaken by that interception. They go right back to it. Hansen, again, he goes right back to Brown, and on the route down the sideline, Brown brings in a big gain and brings some life back to the Mavericks' comeback aspirations with a gigantic touchdown down the stretch. The Mavericks really seem to have a dude here in the true freshman. But that comeback would come down to the wire. 33 seconds on the clock, 4th down. Mavs have got to have this. They pass it out to the flat, but they're unable to get that first down they needed. And for a second week in a row, the Mavs' comeback bid falls short. The Eagles fly high once again, winning this one 34-27, making it back-to-back losses for CMU to start conference play. And things won't get any easier for the Mavs from here. They're going to be on the road again for their next matchup when they head over to the Front Range to take on the aforementioned Colorado Mines Ore Diggers, who bounced back today with a 36-27 win on the road in Spearfish against Black Hills State. We'll be right back.